even though you don't normally do a Siyum for a Masechet Mishnayot, under these circumstances, if you've learnt it Be'iyun, then you can. And we have been learning it Be'iyun, we've learnt it with the Perush, with Mikati. So first we're going to finish Demai, and whilst checking on the charts of the learning, I noticed that I'd also inadvertently finished Moed because I've been doing this Mishnah Yomi. And so we're going to be doing a double Siyum. One on Demai and one on Masechet, one on Seder Moed of Mishnayot. So let me just finish, find Demai here in my Sefer, and we'll start now. Okay. This is a very crazy Mishnah. It took us, Nechemyah and me, a very long time to do it yesterday. But please God that we can do it fast here. This man has 100 barrels of wine lined out in 10 lines of 10, basically in a square. He says the outer line is maaser. Now, 4 outer lines because it's in a square. So he now has Suffolk made a lot of barrels maaser, and he needs to give a tenth of that to the Kohen. Now, how is he going to do it? If he gives the 2 corner ones, the left top corner or the right top corner, or the right bottom corner, or the right top corner or the left top corner, those who don't understand, it's fine. It's very hard Mishnah to understand without visual aids. Maybe I can show you this visual aid. Imagine it like this. If you can see the barrels, if you were to donate this one and this one, or this one and this one, then you've covered all the possibilities, because he wasn't specific which outer line. He just said an outer line, and therefore by donating 2 barrels to the Kohen for Trumat Maaser, which is a tenth of the Maaser Rishon, he has covered all bases. And he sells 2 of the Chaviot to the Kohen, and half of it, and one of the barrels he gives free to the Kohen because it is Trumat Maaser, and the other barrel he sells to the Kohen on a knockdown price of Truma, because he may not want it anyway, and it's Suffolk Truma, so you sell it to the Kohen on a very cheap price, and one he gives for free. He then makes another mistake and says, in a different case, he says, half of the outer, 1/2 of the outer line of barrels is Maaser. Then you do an Ezohi, and he doesn't know which one he meant. He now takes 4 barrels. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, and he's basically made at least 5. He's made 5 barrels for sure, Maaser. A tenth of 5 barrels is half a barrel. So now he has sanctified. He has to give 4 barrels. To the Kohen. Half a barrel he gives to the Kohen for free, because we said a tenth of 5 barrels is half a barrel. Is half a barrel, and then he gives the 3.5 to the Kohen for not for free, but for a knockdown price. Okay. Shua Achad, now he makes a different mistake. He says Shua Achad Maaser. Now he says 1 line is Maaser, and because it's not clear which one, he hasn't said the outer one. He said any of the ones is any of the lines is Maaser. Then you do Ezohi. Notel Shua Achad Lochsan. He takes 1 diagonal line from Bet to Dalet, or from Aleph to Gimel. So I don't know if you can see. From Aleph to Bet, you can see, maybe you can see that they're slightly emphasized. So he either gives from Bet to Dalet, or from Aleph to Gimel, and he gives 10 barrels. Now, he gives 10 barrels to the Kohen, and he gives 9 barrels to the Kohen on a knockdown price of Truma, because no one wants it, so it's very cheap. Only a Kohen can eat it. And 1 barrel he gives to the Kohen free as Trumat Maaser. Okay. Chatzi shura maaser v'niyatu ezohi notel shtei shurot l'chsa. Now he says half a line is maaser. Now he's mamish messed up the situation because any half line is maaser, which means he now needs to give half a barrel from every 5. So what he needs to do is he takes 2 diagonal lines from Av to Gimel and from Bet to Dalet. He gives to the Kohen, and he sells 19 and a half to him for cheap, and gives half a barrel to him for free as Truma. Very, very complicated Mishnah, granted. Now, he makes even a worse mistake, which Nechemyah and I discussed this, but we didn't learn it inside. Chavit echad maaser. He says one of them is maaser. Now, if he says one of them is maaser, a tenth of that barrel now needs to go to Kohen as Trumat maaser. He needs to give chavit echad maaser. Then you do ezohi. He doesn't know which one he's talking about. Notel mikol chavit v'chavit. Now he needs to take from every barrel a tenth. Every single barrel he gives a tenth to the Kohen, and he sells it to him. All of what he gives, a tenth of all the barrels he gives to the Kohen. Everything he gives to him for free on a knockdown price. However, 1/2 barrel, 1/10 barrel, he gives to the Kohen absolutely for free. So again, if he said 1 barrel is maaser, he gives it all. He gives a tenth of every barrel to the Kohen. 1/10 he gives. 1/10 barrel he gives to the Kohen for free, and all the other tenths of every other barrel he gives. He sells to him for less money. He sells him for Trumat Maaser. Okay, so what's the lesson we can take from this? To be careful with our words, because of his lack of caution with the way he is giving Maaser, he ends up having to give a lot more than he should have to. So we need to be careful how we speak and how we are mafrish trumot to masrot, and how we just speak in general. We need to be very careful and deliberated with the words we make and say. And then I'll learn the last mission of Masechet Chagiga, which will then allow me to do a Siyum on Mishnayot of a Seder Moed, and then we'll do the actual Siyum. We'll say the words. We won't be able to do Kaddish because we don't have a minyan, unfortunately, but that's the situation we're in. So the last mission in Chagiga, which I thought wasn't so connected for these times, but then I realized it really is. We'll learn about it. How do we purify the Azara, the temple, and its kelim and its vessels? We take all the kelim of the mikdash and put them in the mikvah. Be very careful, you say to the Kohanim, who are Amei Haaretz, who are not learned, and who are ignorant, and who aren't always as stringent as they should be. Be careful that you don't touch the shulchan, the table where the lechem is on, and make it impure, because if you do, it can't be moved. The shulchan, once it was in the Kodesh Kodeshim, had to stay in there. As such, be careful, Amei Haaretz, not to touch it. All the kelim which are in the mikdash, all the Yeshem, Shnim, Shlishim, all the vessels from the Mishkan, they had replacements and replacements for the replacements in case they become Tamei. So if the first ones become Tamei, you can replace them with the second, and so on. All the kelim which are in the Mikdash, they need Tefillah after, this is all talking about after the Chagim. After the Chagim, they need Tahara, they need to be purified because there have been so many Jews around that we need to be careful that it hasn't been touched by impure Jews, and therefore we have to purify them. Aside from the Mizbeach HaZahav, the golden altar, and Mizbeach HaNechoshet, and the copper one, the gold one stood in the Heichal, and the Mizbeach HaNechoshet stood in the Azara. Why are they not needing? Why do they not require? Tefillah. Why do they not need to be purified, even if they for sure have been impurified? Because they are like the ground. And the ground is impossible to be matame. The ground is connected to the ground, and it's impossible to be matame. I mean, a house is considered like the ground as well, and it can become tame from sarat, but kelim, if they're connected to the ground in this way, with mizbech hazahav and mizbech hanechoshet are considered like the ground, they can't become tame if someone's touched it. Chachamim say because they are covered with one with gold and one with copper. All right, Salik Masech Chagiga, Hadran Alach Seder Moed. So, just finished. What's the lesson from this? Even though it seems like we're not going to be there, all can change in a second. Even though it seems like in 8 days we're not going to be Motzei Pesach after having given Korbanot, and we're not going to need these halachas of purifying the kelim, we have to believe that even in these crazy circumstances of Corona, crazy circumstances that it seems so far away from the truth that we're going to have the Beit HaMikdash, that, please God, not only are we going to have the Beit HaMikdash, the halachot, in a few hours, and we're going to all going to be in Yerushalayim, and Corona is going to be away, and we're also somehow going to be bringing a Korban Pesach very, very soon. Not only that, in 7-8 days, we're also going to be learning Korban Masechet Chagiga again, learning what to do after the Moed and how to purify the kelim. Okay, so Nechemyah is going to say Hadran Alach for the Masechet Mishnah to Demai, and I'm going to say for that, for what's it called, for Seder Moed. So just say Hadran Alach.
Hadran Alach.
No, one second. Hadran Alach Masechet Demai.
Hadran Alach Seder
Masechet Demai.
Masechet Demai.
V'Hadran Alam. Okay. Okay. So Hadran Alach Seder Moed v'Hadran Alam. Datan Alach Seder Moed v'Datan Alam. Lo Nindeshe Minach Seder Moed v'Masechet Mishnah Demai. ולא תתנשי מינן, לא בעל מהדין ולא בעל מהדעתי. הרי הבנה אדוני אלינו את דברי תורתך בפיות עמך בית ישראל. כולנו אנחנו מצאצאינו מצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולמדי תורתך לשמה. מאויבי תחכימני מצוותיך, כי לעולם היא לי. יהי ליבי תמים בחוקיך למען לא אבוש, לעולם לא אשכח פקודיך, כי בם חיתני. ברוך אתה אדוני למדנו חוקיך, אמן 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 סלע ועת. מודים אנחנו לך. מודים אנחנו לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, ששמת חלקנו מיושבי בית המדרש ולא שמת חלקנו מיושבי קרנות, שאנו משכימים והם משכימים. אנו משכימים לדברי תורה והם משכימים לדברים בטלים. אנו עמלים והם עמלים. אנו עמלים ומקבלים שכר והם עמלים ואינם מקבלים שכר. אנו רצים והם רצים. אנו רצים לחיי עולם הבא והם רצים לנווה שחת. שנאמר, ואתה אלוהים תורידם לבאר שחת, אנשי תמים ומרמה לא יכנסו ימיהם, ואני אפתח בך. יהי רצון בפניך אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי, כשם שעזרתני לסיים, שעזרתנו לסיים סדר מועד ומסכת משניות דמאי, כך תעזרני להתחיל ספרים אחרים לסיימם. ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. וזכות כל התנאים ותלמידי חכמים הנזכרים בסדר מועד, תעמוד לי ולזרעי שלא תמוש התורה הקדושה מפי זרעי וזרע זרעי עד עולם, ויקוים בנו מקרא שכתוב, בתהליכך תנחה אותך, ושוכבך תשמור עליך, והכיסותה היא תשיחך, כי הביא ירבו ימיך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים, אורך ימים בימינה, בשמאלה עושר וכבוד, שם עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. So please God, this will be for refuah for all those who are sick, and enjoy breakfast. Unfortunately, we threw all our mazonot away because the bins came, bin men came, so we're going to not be able to do a siyum on mazonot. But Torah Hashem Tamima, the Torah is complete. Please God, everyone will be able to continue learning. I'm planning on giving a shir before Shvi Shel Pesach, probably in Ivrit to the Israelis, about Shvi Shel Pesach on Einaya, on Rav Kook. Those who are interested, I will send a link. I'll send a link anyway. Those interested, welcome to join. Hope all is well with you guys, and please God, we will see each other soon.
Thank you. Chazak Baruch.
Shakach.
Thanks, Rav.
Bye bye, guys.